What's happening, all you cool cats? Have you ever wanted to thank everyone that participates or supports you while you are streaming? I have, and do. But for some of you out there with more than 10 to 15 people to name off, that might be a little hard. Or maybe you just can't remember every single person that contributed to the stream in some fashion. Well, then having an on-screen credit reel might be just the thing for you. Listing off all of the people that followed, subscribed, cheered the most, spent the most, gave you a kidney, I don't know. In this video, we're going to do a deep dive into setting up a credit reel so you can have something to effortlessly thank your supporters after every stream. It is a lot of information to cover, but I'm going to do my best to go through all of it in a smooth, well-paced manner so that it's easy to understand and follow. First thing, let's get the necessary files to make this work. There are too many variables to this for them to have baked everything directly into StreamerBot, allowing for simple box checks and information requests. So if you click the link in the description below, it will download the browser source link needed for OBS to receive the information to populate your credits, the CSS file needed to change the style of your credits, and the JavaScript file to change the information's headers, scroll speed, looping duration, and more. All of this is courtesy to Lifesaver, who is absolutely fantastic and just did a Sailor Moon cosplay for his birthday that I can never unsee. If you would like to show him some support for doing all of the heavy lifting on this one, I have left his link to his Twitch in the description below. If you are familiar with coding in any fashion, you'll be right at home in this and know how to adjust more than even I am going to cover in this video, or even be able to skip most of it and just go off on your own and do your own thing. For those of you watching that are not familiar with coding, don't worry. I'm going to walk you through everything and even give you some tools to help you with the styling of your reel. After you download the files, place them somewhere you will not lose them. For me, I put them in the same folder I keep StreamerBot in and added StreamerBot to the beginning of the folder name so that it would be easy to find again if I need to. All right, you ready to go? Yeah, you are, because you're amazing. You're an amazing individual, detective/genius, and nothing can stop you. All right, getting us started, we're gonna set up our browser source inside of OBS. So open OBS, create a new scene, name the scene something to do with credits, like credits. I'm not kidding, I just thought of that. I actually had it different. Never mind. Anyway, name it something that makes sense, like credits, credit reel, credit roll, roll credits. Whatever you want, really, because it doesn't matter. Name it JoJo's Hobos. I don't care. Inside of your new scene, add a browser source and name it credit reel. Or again, whatever you want, because it doesn't matter at all. But if you do name it credit reel, you won't have to change something further down the line. We'll get to that later. Name things whatever makes sense to you and you're comfortable with. That's really all that matters. In the browser source properties, change the resolution to whatever your canvas resolution is. And then if you need to, you can rescale this later. Next, tick the local file box at the very top and then click the browse button and locate the index.html file in the folder that you just imported from the description below. Okay? That's it, we're done. Congratulations. All right, no, I'm kidding. We're not done. Next thing, we have to set up some stuff inside of StreamerBot. So go ahead and open up StreamerBot so we can set up a WebSocket and what information we want the credit reel to pull from Twitch. At the top of StreamerBot, go to the servers/clients tab, which will open to the WebSocket server tab, and tick the auto start box at the top, and then click Start Server. After that, click the Settings tab and then click the Credits tab. This is where you can choose what information you want shown in your credits, so tick any box that you want to grab information from. Once you have everything you want selected ticked, just adjust the auto reset time to something outside of your average stream duration, but not too long that it won't refresh for every stream. Okay? That's how we get the credit reel to thank everybody from that day's events. Good stuff. That's the end of the StreamerBot setup for now. See? You got this. It's easy. We're going. You got it. And now that you're feeling all confident and comfortable, let's destroy that comfort and start with messing with some code, shall we? Yeah. No, I'm kidding. You got this. I got you, and you can do this. I believe in you. In this demonstration, I'm going to show you how to set this up using Visual Studio Code because it is the best tool for things like this. So if you want to grab that tool, I have left a link to it in the description below. However, if you do not want to grab that and want to just use these files using Notepad++ or Notepad or something, that'll work too. It just makes things a little trickier in the color picking department. But that isn't a big deal, and I will also provide something to help you out with that as well. First, let's set up the style by opening the style.css file from that folder you imported. And before changing anything in here, I would suggest duplicating this file to another location on your computer in case you mess up and don't remember how to change it back. Safety first. The first line is the font link. This code uses Google Fonts, so if you want to change your font, you can go to font.google.com to browse whatever fonts they have available. I again have left a link to that site in the description down below. Trying to make it all easy. Once you find a font that you like the look of, in the URL link after where it says family equals, that's where you will type the name of that font. So for me, I am using Archivo Black, and I type in Archivo plus Black. Anything with 2 words in the name, you're going to put a plus sign between those 2 words. If it's just 1 word for the name of the font, you just put that word there. If it's 2 words, first word, plus sign, second word. Follow? I hope so. If not, I'm sorry. That's the best way I can describe that. Then in the wrapper section where it says font, I changed it to also say Archivo Black. You do not need to put a plus sign in between the 2 words in this sector. You can play around with this and find a font you like, or leave it on the default if changing it is too much unnecessary work for you. I understand. I'm not the best at describing the font stuff, maybe. So if it's easier for you to just leave it what it's on, have at it. I won't hold it against you. To make it bigger and bolder, make the number at the end of that URL at the beginning bigger. For the opposite, make the number smaller. So I changed mine to 400 up in the top line, and then down where it says font in the wrapper section, it is 440 px over 1 to make it bolder. And if I change the first number to say 100 in both areas, the font becomes much smaller, thinner, less bold. Savvy? So again, you may play around with this to get the desired font you are going for. Anytime you make a change in the code, you can hit the refresh button on your browser source inside of OBS, and it will update and show you what you have changed, making it easier for you to decide what you want to do. Next, the color of your text will be set in 2 places, one for the headers and one for the names of the people. The names color picker is in the wrapper section and it says color. Go figure. If you're using VS Code, you can simply hover over the RGB area and choose your desired color. If you are using Notepad or Notepad++ to edit this, you won't be able to do that, so I have included in the description below a link to an HTML color code site where you can see the RGB values of colors listed. So you would just go to this site and select your color, look where it says RGB above the color box, and then copy those 3 numbers and paste those numbers in between the parentheses the way you see them on my screen. See? Told you I got you covered. Yeah. The header color setting is located under Job, where it says color. And again, you can either simply use the RGB selector in VS Code or the HTML RGB tool linked in the description. The last thing we want to set up in the style department is our font sizes for the headers and names. This is again in 2 locations. Job is the header font size, so where it says font size, change it to make it bigger or smaller. The name's font size is under name, so where it says font size, change the number to get your desired size. Again, you may adjust the sizes and then refresh your browser to see how big or small your font is becoming as you edit it, making it pretty easy to decide what you want to do. That wasn't too hard, right? I hope all of that made sense, and I hope you got through it okay. If not, just throw this in your VCR and hit rewind as many times as you need to catch up on any information you missed. And again, if this is too much or stressing or confusing, you can always just leave all of this stuff on the default settings that are already there, and it'll still work. You'll be fine. Okay, cool. Now for a less daunting and stressful, possibly, coding experience, we are simply going to change the names of our headers and set how many times this whole thing plays. It's not challenging at all. You've done most of the hard stuff. Now we just go into something a little more chill and easy. I hope I have made good on my word that this would be smooth and well-paced. If not, leave a comment below telling me how much I've failed you so I can apologize. I'm very sorry. Ready to continue? Good. All right, open up the script.js file in either, Notepad, Notepad++, or VS Code, whatever you're using. And go to the section where it says headers. This is a list of all of the fields that we chose to pull information from inside of StreamerBot and the names of the headers that will appear inside of OBS. The only things you need to change here are the segments in quotes after the word title. So it's fairly simple and self-explanatory. Change all of these titles to something that fits your theme, your style, your community, and then that's that. And once you're finished renaming all of them, go down to where the animation settings are. It's where it says duration equals. The very last number after the 100 seconds is the number you want to change to affect the scrolling speed of your credits. So to make the credits roll faster, make that number smaller, and then to make them scroll slower, make the number bigger. This, much like everything else in this tutorial, is a matter of personal preference, but if you want something moderately paced, I would suggest 60 or 70. You can leave it on the default. If you have a larger community and a ton of names populating your credits, go with something around like 40 or 50, 35. It'll scroll fairly quick. that should work out for you. A little way below the duration stuff, you will see iterations infinity. This is how many times the credit roll plays. While it is set to infinity, yeah, you guessed it, it just loops over and over again, playing forever. If you only want it to play one time, delete the infinity and replace it with the number 1. Alternatively, you may change it to whatever number you choose. So if you want it to play 3 times, set it to 3, so on and so forth. You get it. I know you do. I know you do. I trust you. Lastly, in the JavaScript, if you don't have information to display so you can test this and see how everything looks while you're setting it up, you can change where it says get credits to test credits at the very bottom, and it will populate the browser source with random information to display inside of OBS so that you can see what you are doing, and that'd be helpful. I might have wanted to lead with that in the beginning of this video. I'm sorry. After you populate your browser source with random test information and are able to actually see stuff if you haven't had data this entire time, you can now go back and play around with the font and font sizes and colors and refresh your OBS browser source to make sure it looks good, because that's very helpful. Me. I should have put that in the beginning of the video, but I didn't, and I'm not going to. I'm sorry. All right, now for a real cooldown, we're gonna set this up to automatically roll the credits when you switch to your ending screen or on your gaming screen if you just raid out from there when you finish streaming. Because, why manually trigger this when we can have it automatically play? I mean, that's the goal, right? So open StreamerBot and go to the Actions tab and create a new action. And name it credit controller or a credit control or something that makes sense. Okay? Set the group to credits so you never lose it. I have a lot of stuff inside of StreamerBot. I can lose things. In the triggers box to the right, click and go to OBS and click OBS Scene Changed. Set the scene to whatever your end screen is named, and then that will trigger your credit reel whenever you go to that scene. Okay? Next, right-click again, go to Twitch, hover over Raid, and click Raid Send. Now it will trigger the credits when you decide to raid out. So as soon as you click the Send Raid button and the raid timer starts, your credits will start to play on screen. Okay? Fantastic. Next, in the sub-actions box below, right-click and go to OBS, hover over Sources, and click Set Source Visibility State. Set the scene to whatever you named your credit roll scene in OBS, and the source to whatever your credits browser source is named. And then click OK. Right-click again and go to Core, select Delay, and set the delay to 300 milliseconds. Then right-click again, go to OBS, and click Raw. I have left the code you need to paste into the RAW in the description below, and all you have to do is set your source name. Now, way back when, in the beginning of this video, when I said if you leave your browser source name the same as what I have it, you won't need to change something down the road. This is where you wouldn't need to change something. If you did change it, just change it in the raw code. Where it says credit reel, just change that to whatever your source's name is. This code is a browser source refresh code, Since there is no built-in trigger inside of StreamerBot to refresh a browser source, I figured I would set one up. Next, right-click your delay that you set and duplicate it, and then set it to something longer than your credits will run. So depending on the size of your community or the duration you set the credits to roll, you will want to change the number to something higher or lower. You know? Yeah, that makes sense. You get it. You should be okay with setting it to something around what I have mine set to, which is 35 seconds or a 35,000 millisecond delay. If you do end up needing to increase it, you can obviously do so. And then lastly, duplicate your source visibility state and then change it to hidden instead of visible and click OK. And then check that out. You finished, you freaking trooper. Seriously, that actually is it. I know I said that you were done a couple times in this video and you weren't, but that really is it. That's the finale. We're done. I hope you found this tutorial helpful, and all I ask in return is that you give me your soul. Nah, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. But if you did find it helpful, please, pretty please, hit that like button, you know? Hit the likey likes. All the likes. Psst, 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 psst. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands. Stupid. Seriously, please click the like button if you found this video helpful and the information was good, and I didn't suck at this, and I didn't lead you astray and just destroy your hopes and dreams and waste your time. And if you'd like to be extra awesome, you know, and maybe stick around in the future to learn more things or tell me how much I suck in the comments, maybe hit that subscribe button. It means a lot to me. It really does. I appreciate every single person that clicks it. I'm trying to hit that 1,000 subscriber goal this year for science. Yeah, science. If you have any questions, comments, or notes, please leave a comment down below and I will get back to you promptly. Alternatively, you can always come by a live stream on Twitch where I can give you live one-on-one support with any issues you have. I go live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11 a.m. Central, except for this upcoming week, February 13th through the 17th of the year 2024. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned stuff. I hope it looks great on your stream and you enjoy it. And I hope you all have a great day. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Ba, 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 da. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 da. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. All right, for real, I'm out.